People living at an apartment complex in National City were given until the end of the month to find new homes because of flood damage done to their units. Worried they didn't know what their rights were, but now they have an answer. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Jesse Pagan. Tonight, the San Diego Board of Supervisors announced a temporary eviction moratorium and allocated $10 million to support the county's response. CBS 8's Jasmine Ramirez is here working for you to figure out what that means for tenants. Jasmine?
Well, tonight we've been speaking with an attorney and the Board of Supervisors about what rights tenants impacted by the flooding have going forward.
People are already suffering a lot. They have a lot of need.
Board of Supervisors Chair Nora Vargas spoke with tenants living at Highland View Apartments this evening. Days ago, the property management team gave residents here notices that their leases were being terminated and that tenants would be given relocation housing only through the end of January. Now with tonight's announcement, their landlord cannot use the flood as a reason to evict them.
The eviction moratorium is only starting as of the day of the flood, January 22nd, for 60 days. So if you already had an issue, it doesn't pertain to you.
The eviction moratorium applies to people in flooded neighborhoods like this one in National City. You can visit alertsandiego.org or call 211 to learn more. The county is still deciding how the $10 million allocation will help with recovery efforts. This might include housing vouchers.
Tenants have the right to have a habitable housing, and it's the landlord's responsibility to provide it. National
City deemed some units uninhabitable, as you can see on this red tag. The Legal Aid Society of San Diego says a landlord is required to offer tenants housing in a vacant unit or temporary housing at hotels until the space is made livable.
If a tenant does have renter's insurance, then usually those policies will cover the alternative housing and will essentially absolve the landlord of their responsibility to do so. But if they don't, if the landlord or the tenant doesn't have that insurance, it's still the landlord's responsibility.
He recommends tenants demand repairs and alternative housing in writing, as well as keeping the same rent price when they're able to move back in. And now it's also a good idea to document everything if you were impacted by the flooding. Take plenty of photos and save any text or email conversations between you and your landlord.